Hi guys, I'm James at Bespoke Airsoft and welcome back to Bringing It Home. In this episode we're looking at the WE MP5A2, I think I got that right, yeah, which is the full stocked MP5 gas blowback rifle. First thing I want to say is some of the feedback I've received from you guys has been absolutely great. We don't see many comments in the video, but we do, well, I do get a lot of phone calls throughout the week from you guys calling me up saying, look, I've seen your video on YouTube, you're reviewing such and such gun, and I feel so strongly in a way that I want to order it from you, and there is no bigger compliment than that. There's been a few criticisms as well, even to the fact that someone moaned about the curtain colour behind me. Unfortunately, I can do nothing about that. What you got to remember, guys, is that this isn't done in a workplace, this isn't done at my office or the warehouse, this is done at home, so this is a homely environment, and the next person to moan about them curtains is going to suffer the wrath of Amanda, so on your head be it. But yeah, I want to say a massive thank you. Sometimes I sit here making these videos and I think, you know, with the subscriber count that we have and the view count that we get, perhaps no one's listening and I'm wasting my time doing this stuff, but over the past 2 or 3 weeks, because I record these in advance, all I can say is the calls that I've been receiving, the emails and the messages have been absolutely brilliant. You guys have been really paying attention to the show, those that do watch, to the point where some of you even said, you know, I'm going to buy it from you guys because of the you know, I like what you're doing on YouTube with the Bringing It Home show. So really appreciate that, guys. From a really small, we never sort of made, or I never sort of made the Bespoke YouTube channel to be a money maker or a fame horse or anything like that. This is just me putting across to you guys what I get up to in the week, and it's evolved over the few years. So that being said, we'll get back to this review, but thanks for the support, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, helps us a lot, and get involved, get commenting below, let us know what you think about these products, and we'll get right back to it. So all the gushy stuff out of the way, we're looking at the WE MP5A2 in this video. As you'll notice a trend on the next couple of weeks, it's going to be WE related because we've had the biggest WE delivery that we've ever had since starting the business. So we've got lots of products to talk about. I've picked about 30 out from out the warehouse and brought them home me, and I'm just going to chat a load of stuff to you about them. What you will notice in these WE videos that are upcoming, all the chrono results and all the accuracy results at 10 meters have all been done in advance because there's a lot to get through, and I just thought if I get that all out of the way, we can focus on talking when I'm in front of this camera about the actual product itself. So yes, thanks for tuning in again. We're going to be talking about this WMP5. If you do see Thomas walking about, he is in the room, normally messing with stuff, so if you do see him, I apologise whether you like him or not, but some of you guys like to see him. So we're looking at the MP5A2. Nice box here, nicely sort of presented. WE call this the Apache line. These get mixed reviews over the years. I think they have updated them over the course of however such time they've been released. But let's get the things out of the box because, you know, I don't like doing box reviews. It's the most boring part of it. We want to look at the gun. Let's get the gun out. So we open this up here. We've got a couple of pamphlets here with some information on. The WE MP5A2 gas blowback SMG, as you see here. Let's pull that to one side. We've also got a flash hider in here as well. We've got the magazine, and then we've got some tools, a speed loader, Allen key, and that was what the magazine came in. So let's get this box out of the way because we don't want to talk about the box, do we? Who wants to talk about boxes? Ooh, just get your SWAT on, guys. This thing is cool AF, and I'm saying AF because I can't swear. I've got a couple of swearing down because I tend to drink on the night when doing these reviews. But this is the WE gas blowback SMG, which is the MP5A2. This being the normal hand-guarded, full-stocked version. So yeah, you've got to love an MP5. If you've watched any type of armed police or SWAT moves or anything like that, they're always using these things, and these are a popular gun on the field, whether it be in gas or electric. As you'll see from the fire selectors straight from the get-go, yes, this model does have safe, semi, 3-round burst and fully automatic firing modes. We've got a full metal magazine here. Now they have changed this magazine over the course of the period of time that these have been released. They've done 2 magazines, I believe. This one being front loading, I think, is the 45 rounder. And then they did a slightly straighter magazine, which I think was the 30 rounder, which was closed at the front. Don't quote me on that if I'm wrong, because there's so much different information out there, but I think I'm correct. So a nice big magazine, holds loads of gas, 45 rounds in the front there. You can see how empty it is as well with the window on the front. Makes it easy to use. Let's put that to one side. The WE MP5 itself. Now, one of the great things about gas blowback rifles is they have the functionality and the realism of the real counterpart. They may, like I say, 45 rounds in the real MP5, I doubt you'll be getting that many in a magazine. Functionality wise, and yes, with these you can do the HK slap if you want to. I'm not sure how much of a longevity thing that's going to have doing that. So let's get down to the materials that this thing is made of. We've got a polymer stock here, we've got a polymer lower receiver, we've got a metal upper receiver and body, and then we've got a polymer handguard, metal parts here, there and everywhere. I think a few of these parts are made out of steel as well. Normal MP5 style HK sights, and the charging handle as well. You can lock up like the real MP5 too. So stripping these things down, I think, is really, really easy. Just pop the pins out like the real one, and the thing comes apart in a few steps. I can't push that pin out with my thumb, and I haven't got my tools here, so I'm not going to strip this thing down. But if you've seen an MP5 or you've owned an MP5 before, you know about all the controls. Fire selector can be used from both sides, so it is fully ambidextrous in terms of the fire selector and the mag release, because you can operate that from both sides with the leader at the bottom. If you do want to use the button, which if you use an MP5, I don't know why you would, because it's so far forward to reach, it's just useless. I don't know why HK put that on there. You're going to be using that because it's nice and easy to take the magazine in and out, because you can do a really nice fluid movement with the magazines on MP5s, whereas you pull your hand up, you hit the mag release and you pull it out with the same hand. The charging handle is only found on the left hand side, but if you are, let's say, a left-handed shooter, pulling that back isn't a problem whatsoever. So with the magazine, with WE rifles, you can have it set to like a normal mode here, where as the magazine is empty, it hits a latch up here and stops the rifle from firing. However, we can switch a tab if we pull the follower down and push this forward on the top here. I think we can actually latch it forward like that, clicks into place, and that enables us to dry fire the rifle. So this is empty, no need to panic. Pop the magazine in there. I'm going to do semi-auto. Nice and responsive, 3-round burst. Nice clackety clap there, very, very nice, and fully automatic. Quite efficient there as well. I'm not getting any gas in my face, which is a nice surprise. However, using this quite often, put a load of gas in there, firing the mag off, gassing the mag back up. You've got to expect it from gas blowback rifles that you will get some gas spurting out the side, and the cooldown on gas blowback rifles tends to be a lot higher than pistols as well, just due to the much heavier bolts and the stronger springs that go with that. But very, very nice, very, very cool sounding, especially on 3-round burst. Let's just do that again. Very, very cool. But if you're someone that uses a lot of gas blowback rifles on the field, you'll tend to find that most of them will stick to single shot, just because it's more efficient, the guns work better, and you don't go through your ammos quickly enough, as 45 rounds will disappear very, very fast. So the best thing I can sort of compare this to over the years of my airsofting is back, like many years ago, I had a Systema TW5, superb electric rifle, very, very expensive, but with it being a gas blowback, you've got the thin pistol grip, and you've got the added weight, and my TW5 was very much the same way. My TW5 was probably a little bit heavier, you got more components in there, a bit more bulk to it, but the nice slim pistol grip, it feels very, very good. And if you're looking for realism, then this one's for you. But just as other gas blowbacks, you're probably thinking, God, this thing probably shoots about 400 feet per second. With many rifles, you'd probably be right, But let's skip over to the chrono results right now and let's see what it's doing. So you'll see there from the chrono results, not too warm at all. You know, for a gas blowback rifle, it's very, very good. Especially if you're going to be using this thing in sort of more close quarters style skirmishes compared to your woodland, which you probably are. Anyway, you've got a 14mm counterclockwise thread attached to this flash hider here. However, you can use this that came in the box as well, which I believe is metal too. Yes, it is. And this is a more conventional style MP5 flash hider. Let's get this set on there. You'll have to forgive my MP5 etiquette because it's probably not as good as it should be. But the weight of this thing when firing it is very, very good. It feels very, very solid in the hand. There's not much flexing whatsoever, and that's what you want from a gas blowback rifle. It's polymer in the right areas. It's metal in the right areas. The magazine, you know, they are pricey. The 30 rounders as well tend to be a little bit more expensive than the 45s, probably because they're a newer design and they're a little bit more closer, a little bit more realistic to the model itself. But we have the rifles and the magazines in stock now. We have it in many variants too. You can get these with the sliding stocks. You can get them with the SD front ends. So no matter which platform or which design you want to go for, we've got you covered. But firing this in the accuracy test, you know, it was very, very positive when firing it. The sights were very easy to use. You are sort of just adjusting the rear sight, and you're sort of picking the size of aperture that you want. So as you turn it, it goes down in size. So you got more and more fine adjustment. I'll be honest, I've never been a massive fan of MP5 iron sights just because they're not the most easiest to see through, because you really do have to get down and see through the tiniest hole and line up your front sight post. But not to fear, because you can put the wrist adapters on here and then fit a red dot sight, which you're probably going to want to do, make it nice and easy for target acquisition and whatever. As far as I'm aware, all the like the lit fore ends and other bits and pieces, you can get them and they will fit onto this. The plus side of this you have over electric MP5 is you're not having to store a battery anywhere. So as nice and as solid as the solid stock is, I think personally, if I was going to be buying a gas blowback and I was going after something like this, I would probably get the sliding stock variant. And that's just so you've got the adjustability of running it full length, and then when you want to run it, when you want to like collapse the stock and have it nice and tight if you're doing CQB, and you want to get it nice and tight into your body and not sort of give yourself as much away as you're coming around the corners, that probably might be the one for you. But the solid stock, what it does have, where it lacks in the adjustability of the sliding stock, it gains in rigidity. This thing is solid, it really is. It doesn't flex, it doesn't move whatsoever, it doesn't rattle, which you can probably tell by how strong that pin is. I actually can't push it out, you'd have to tap it out. So it is really reassuring when firing it. You're going to skip to the 10 metre demonstration right now, and as you'll see from the 10 metre demonstration accuracy test that's been pre-recorded, this thing is very accurate. So you'll see there from the accuracy test, it actually does very, very well at 10 metres, which you'd expect anyway, but the grouping is nice and tight. I haven't touched the hop-up unit whatsoever. 0.2 gram BBs, green gas, pulling it up. I don't think I even turned the aperture, I literally just lined it up, point it with all the products in the WE lineup that we'll be doing on the Bringing It Home show. I literally, at 10 metres, I'm just pointing them all solid dead centre of the target, and I'm letting the hop or the deviation speak for itself. So this was dead centre. You'll see the grouping was very, very tight, which was nice. These are great fun. If you're looking for a gas blowback MP5, this is a very, very good example. The amount of aftermarket parts for these as well is always getting better. They do steel components and bits and pieces. I think with gas blowback rifles, if you're getting into it, you've got to be aware of the pros and cons of running it to electric. There is a lot more maintenance involved. There's higher running costs compared to electric because you've got to use gas. The magazines are horrifically more expensive than electric guns as well, so that's got to go into consideration. But if you're in the market for a gas blowback MP5 and you want the realism and such, this product really does have it all. It's got the 3-amp burst function. They do different models with the SD front end, the sliding stock. They even do an MP5K as well, I think, which has a small stubby mag. Very, very cool. But I've had great fun with this, to be honest. Myself, speaking from my own personal experience, gas blowback rifles are always a bit of a hit and miss because they do require a lot more attention, a lot more maintenance, and a lot more perseverance when using them on the field. But if you've got the attention and the sort of willingness to do so, you're going to reap way more benefits than the sort of electric guns that are out there. So yeah, breaking in the WE fortnight that we're doing, I thought I'd hit the SMG straight away. I hope you like this MP5A2 gas blowback from WE. In the next episode, we'll be looking at the TA 2015, which is the P90. Love it or hate it, it's a little bit funky. And until doing it on the Bringing It Home show, I had never touched one of these, so I am fresh to it as you are. So thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the MP5A2 from WE. Stay tuned for much more WE content coming up on the channel. We'll be uploading every single day, if I can, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. A great gas blowback semi. Thomas, stop it!